Hello, my name is Katelyn Teeter. I'm from Hope City Church, Charlotte, North Carolina, and I will be doing a short sermon junior using the chapter Psalms 46 and the verses Ephesians 1:19 through 20 and Romans 8:39, called God Is. Who here has someone, anyone you look up to in your life? Do you know that person well? Are they who you go to when times get tough? Lots of people do, and for good reason. In fact, according to the American Psychology Association, people who are or have been mentored tend to have higher success rates in education and future careers. To some, their mentor might be their pastor, or coach, or perhaps a teacher. But for me, it's my mom. She's who I go to when I'm worried or sad or need help. She's my person, my role model and protector. But don't we also give God these traits? Isn't he also supposed to be our counselor and protector, our provider and peacemaker? Yes, he is. God is. I have 3 points today, and my first point is power. Psalms 46, 8 through 9 says, "Come, see the glorious works of the Lord. See how he brings destruction upon the world. He causes wars to end throughout the earth." This verse clearly displays that God not only has power, but is power. He causes destruction, but also causes war to end. He uses strength and power upon the earth. Ephesians 1:19 through 20 says, "I also pray that you will understand the incredible greatness of God's power for us who believe in him. This is the same mighty power that raised Christ from the dead and seated him in the place of honor at God's right hand." In this verse, Paul speaks of the same power hundreds of years later living within us. This power of God raised Jesus Christ from the dead and seated him in the place of honor at God's right hand. This mighty power that existed in the times of the sons of Korah and in the times of Paul exists and is just as powerful now in the times of you and I. My second point is peace. My second point is protection. Psalms 46:1 says, "God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble." I used to have anxiety that would torment and control me. And it was my hidden struggle. It came to a point where I was terrified of everything and everyone. Until one day, at a youth service last year, I asked for refuge from these thoughts, and God freed me from my burden and expressed his love for me. Because Romans 8:39 says, "Nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate us from the love of God." And God is our refuge and strength because of his love for us. And this love he has for us can never be taken from us or be separated from us. And neither can he as our protector. My third and final point is peace. Psalms 46:1 through 2 says, "God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. So we will not fear when earthquakes come and the mountains crumble into the sea." Coming back to what I mentioned earlier about my anxiety being healed, it was absolutely amazing for like a day. I remember when that first anxious thought came back. It broke me. But God used that to teach me. He didn't give me peace for my anxious thoughts. No, he was my peace. And so even though those mountains will crumble and earthquakes taunt your life, God is your peace. Sometimes those anxious thoughts try to control me, and it's tough to remain with God and to just trust him. But Psalms 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." God is power, protection, and peace. So I'm going to challenge you to be still and receive him, to be filled and to that he is God.